Hello again and welcome to episode 6 of Let's Talk About. In this episode we've once again gone back to Critical Hit gaming supplies. This time we've done some resin testing of different resins available for liquid resin bed 3D printers, and we wanted to share what we've learned. First, let's take a look at our test prints using the different resins. If you've watched our previous video on the X10 printer, you've already seen these. However, they now have been primed and we've added in a print with the Siraya build resin. In the previous video on the X10, we looked at the quality of the prints using the different resins, but today we're going to look at their durability. That's right, it's destructive testing time. But before we get into testing, a couple quick things to note. One, we're using simple tests to check durability of each mini, so this is not a scientific test and doesn't verify the durability of these resins for engineering type prints. Two, some people mix in blue resin with Siraya Sculpt to give it added strength. We didn't have any blue resin at the time of testing, so the Sculpt Mini is 100% Sculpt only. 3. Each of these minis was printed with the base included in the initial print. And 4. All of the minis' bases are hollow. Okay, so no more waiting. Let's do some destruction. So here we're looking at the results from round 1. You can see the Siraya Sculpt one here had the axe break off a foot and the base got trashed. The Eledoo ABS Like also had some issues with the base, the axe, both the top and the bottom of it. It didn't fare too well. Now the Epax Hard resin kept its base, but it did lose the axe top and bottom. The Anycubic Gray also lost the top and bottom of the axe, but other than that it was pretty well intact. Now the Fast White, or Fast Gray, was pretty much the most intact at this point, with the exception of the base, which we mentioned was hollow. You can see the crack there. And the build resin, this one only had a chip on the base. Other than that, the thing looked pristine. So, pretty good so far. For our round 2 testing, we actually left out the Eledoo and the Sculpt resins because they had been pretty much destroyed over the course of round 1. Round 2 had us using the Epax Hard, the Fast White, the Anycubic, and the Build. Round 3 we chose to leave out the Epax Hard because that had been pretty well destroyed as well, so we only did the Anycubic, the Fast White, and the Build with our last round of testing. But we do believe we achieved some results, and in our opinion, we definitely have some winners and some losers. The top spot goes to the Siraya Build Resin. It held up the best through all the testing. A very close second was the Siraya Fast White. Epax Hard Resin came in third. Anycubic Gray was in fourth. And rounding out the bottom 2 spots was the Eledoo resin in 5th and the Sculpt in last place. Once again, this was not some super scientific method of testing, and this is just our opinion on things. However, we're pretty confident that if you're using one of the resins that we determined were in the top 3, then your miniatures will be able to stand up to the occasional fall off the gaming table. Alright, that's it for this episode of Let's Talk About. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our future videos. Later, everyone.